TimDanklin recently dropped a great video about how he won a tournament with a card you've never seen before. I won't spoil it for you, definitely go check it out, but it got me to thinking. The Pokémon TCG is full of cards that get no attention even though they have real potential. Today I want to share my top 6 underexplored cards that I think absolutely might find their way into some winning deck lists down the road. Before we jump into the top 6, I have a few honorable mentions. These cards don't look to be well positioned anytime soon, but deserve some consideration, starting with Pelipper and Hops Double. Both have powerful abilities, Pelipper grabbing a supporter from the deck or discard, and Double being a boss's orders on an ability. But both of these cards are hurt by being stage 1s with 2 retreat costs, but also with the release of Team Rocket's Watchtower and Destined Rivals, they will be heavily countered going forward. There is this Lunatone with the New Moon ability that protects your Pokemon from being affected by stadiums, but requires Soul Rock to be in play. I think that's just too much to ask to pull off these Stage 1 colorless Pokemon. Next is a favorite of mine. Mewtwo from Pokemon 151 with the Reflective Barrier attack for 2 colorless does 20 damage. Then during your opponent's turn, if it's damaged by an attack, you put the same amount of damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. I was 1 point short at the Orlando Regionals last year to getting this Mewtwo a Limitless page. The deck I played was weak into Charizard EX, and this is the card I chose to close that gap. With the Mewtwo being weak to Dark, if it was attacked by Charizard, the Charizard would also be knocked out. It helped me beat the only Charizard deck I faced that day, while also being helpful in a few more games. Now on to the top 6. Starting with number 6, Quaquaval. It's a stage 2 with 170 HP, but with the up-tempo ability, you must put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your deck in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. This ability is similar to Barbarrel in past format. Right now, we're seeing a lot of Iono being played due to having weak supporters in the format, and there's no onboard draw ability. Quaquaval could be the answer to that in decks that can support a stage 2. Next on the list is Dedenne. With 70 HP, and for 1 colorless energy, Electromagnetic Sonar, put a trainer card from your discard pile back into your hand. This is the only access to tool recovery that we really have right now, but it can get back any trainer card, item, supporter, tool, or stadium. This is the same attack that we had on the Regieleki last format, but this can be searched out by Buddy Puff, and it's seen a little bit of play and control, but I think this will see a lot more play going forward at some point. The card at number 4 would more so require its own deck instead of just slotting into any deck. Omastar from 151 with the Primordial Tentacles ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat. It also has the Aqua Split attack for 2 water energy that does 90 damage and does 30 to 2 benched Pokemon. This has a similar ability to the Block Snorlax in last format, except for you can still retreat your active. Most people didn't really like the Snorlax deck, but this could catch people off guard as people aren't playing very many switch cards right now. The biggest drawback is its basic as a fossil, which are considered item cards in the Pokemon TCG. And everybody knows item cards are under attack right now. And since we just finished talking about Block Snorlax, let's talk about a different Snorlax card that could be played right now. Snorlax Doll. It's an item card. If this card is in your hand when you are setting up to play, you may put it face down in the active or on your bench as a 120 HP basic colorless Pokemon. You can only do this when you are setting up to play. At any time during your turn, you may discard this card from play. This card cannot be affected by special conditions and cannot retreat. If this card is knocked out, your opponent cannot take any prize cards for it. Even though it's an item, it can't be stopped by things like Badoo since it can only be used during setup. If you're playing a deck that doesn't have many basics, this could potentially lower your mulligans, without the risk of your opponent being able to take prize cards for something. It's similar to the Ditto we have in format, but with higher HP and no risk of giving up prizes. It hasn't seen any play yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it in a list before it rotates out of the format next year. And at number 2, I want to talk about Smoochum. It's a baby Pokemon, meaning it has a free attack and free retreat, but only 30 HP. Its attack, Delightful Kiss, allows you to search your deck for up to 2 basic Psychic Energy and attach them to one of your bench Pokemon, then shuffle the deck. Most attacks like this require you to have energy on the Pokemon. So having this free attack means you can get 3 energy on one Pokemon that turn. And Psychic Energy is pretty good. This could be used to fulfill the colorless cost of Pokemon or just Pokemon that have Psychic type attack costs. I think at some point this Pokemon will be able to really show its true potential. And at number 1, Redeemable Ticket. An item card. Count your prize cards, shuffle them, put them on bottom of your deck. Then take that many cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize cards. This card hasn't seen much play yet. I think its true potential is for decks that play 4-ofs that they must find. Something like Ethan's Typhlosion, where you need all 4 Ethan's Adventure. Maybe you can get all your Ethan's Adventure in the discard pile, and if you have any prize, then you can play the ticket to get access to the rest. Or maybe in a deck where you have to have your ace back, like if you're playing Neutralization Zone and you really want to get that into play. This card will be in a winning list at some point in its lifetime. Comment below a card you believe should be seeing more play